CD prices. Now, you may remember last November Watchdog reported how supermarkets were buying CDs from Europe and selling them in this country for a lot less than the big music stores, despite attempts by record companies to stop them. Well, now the battle has come under close scrutiny. In January, the European Commission said that it was going to probe alleged price fixing by record companies. And last month, the Office of Fair Trading joined them and launched an investigation into whether major record companies were preventing the import of cheap CDs from Europe. Now, the companies involved are Virgin, Universal, EMI, Sony, BMG, Warner's and distributor Pinnacle Records. Here's David.
I don't wanna rock, DJ.
Behind me, the most lavish awards ceremony in the British music industry's calendar is taking place. And it's an opportunity for the record companies to show off some of their biggest selling artists. The problem is, they wouldn't let me in. They're not just celebrating top talent, but record profits as well. Last year, the UK CD album market was worth nearly £2 billion. Whether your favourite artist is Madonna, U2, Eminem or Steps, then one thing is guaranteed. You'll probably pay more for their album in this country than anywhere else in the world. For example, buy Britney Spears' album, Oops, I Did It Again, and on average it'll cost £14.16 in the UK. In Europe it's £11.82, and in America only £10.77. That's over £3 cheaper than here.
They're definitely more expensive here, and I think that's what we need to know. Why are we paying over the odds for our CDs here?
More than half of all CDs in the UK are sold through 4 major retailers. But over the last few years, supermarkets have got in on the act, and they command around 10% of the market. Supermarkets have been selling their CDs cheaper than record shops by buying from suppliers in Europe. It's called parallel importing, but the music industry hit back.
Supermarkets have been trying to get CDs that are imported from outside Britain so that they can sell them for as little as £9.99, but they've been thwarted in their efforts to do this because record companies increasingly are bringing out UK-only releases which have extra tracks or a CD-ROM or something special.
See no chance of your bright new tomorrow, so stand down, Mom, stand down, please.
Billy Bragg was a rebel of the 80s music scene. He thinks CD prices should be cheaper, and record companies have missed an opportunity.
What they should have done was bring their prices down to compete with that, rather than try and close out the supermarkets altogether.
The Office of Fair Trading says that after preliminary inquiries, it has reasonable grounds for suspecting that record companies are taking deliberate action to limit the parallel importing of CDs into the UK from other EU member states. The industry argues that prices are high in this country because they use the extra profit to invest in new talent. But that's not how Billy Bragg sees it.
Every record company is trying to find the next Spice Girls. But for every Spice Girls, there are another 10 bands that don't make it. And I'd like to think that if the record companies maybe spread their bet a bit and worked on a more diverse idea of the records that they put out, then they might find that actually they can make a broader profit, and we could have a much more vibrant music scene than just the pop music we have at the moment.
The 2 investigations could take months, but if found guilty, the record companies could face fines running into billions of pounds. Tonight, the BPI say the British music industry is fiercely competitive, and every investigation has confirmed that there is strong competition in the market. Charlotte, what is